You will marry a divorcee without realizing it. This person is. Open it immediately. Archangel Michael says, "My beloved child, take a slow breath because the air around you is about to change. A door you did not know existed is swinging open with a hush that feels like thunder inside your chest. Keep your eyes on these lines, because what is meant for you is arriving with footsteps that cannot be delayed. The hour before a revelation always feels like a storm that does not show on the sky. You sense a movement around your name, like papers sliding across a table in a room you have never seen. This is the moment your path begins to glow with a quiet, undeniable light. In the next 24 hours, a truth will stand in front of you with a face that looks familiar. It will not shout or startle, yet it will tilt your world like a picture frame suddenly set straight. You are being guided through a corridor where the past and the future exchange keys. There is a person orbiting your life whose history carries a ring that has already been removed. The bond they once wore was broken, the chapter turned, the name on the page left behind. You are moving into a meeting that ties courage with comfort and gives the past a respectful bow. Type Amen 333 for blessing, and let your path be sealed with goodness in your home and in your heart. Comment 1111 so the road smooths under your feet and your steps find the door that opens with ease. Share this to keep your light strong because what blesses you multiplies when it travels. A message travels ahead of you tonight like a courier with velvet gloves. It carries the knowledge that you will marry a divorcee without realizing it at first. Not because you are blind, but because destiny wraps important gifts in ordinary paper. The sign will arrive in small pieces like feathers you notice one by one. You will hear a familiar laugh that feels like a home you once visited in a dream. You will see eyes that hold both winter and spring, and your heartbeat will choose spring. Comment blessed if you can feel the soft turning of your season. Type Amen 777 to anchor your peace so surprises lift you upward, not sideways. Subscribe and stay close because the next lines carry a key that fits your moment. Archangel Michael says, the past of this person is not a chain, it is a map that already found the way back to joy. You do not need to fix old rooms, you only need to open the new window that faces the sun. Grace can hold two things at once, an ending and a beginning, and still keep the table steady. You will not notice the story at first because peace never argues for attention. It simply sits where you can see it, and waits until your breath catches the quiet rhythm. A simple conversation will carry threads that match the color of your own hopes. A name will circle your mind like a bird that refuses to fly away. You will feel calm near this person, the kind of calm that takes off its shoes and stays. They will speak with a steady tone that feels like a hand resting lightly on your shoulder. Comment ready to welcome the goodness that is arranging itself around you. Type Amen 1111 to invite gentle timing, clean truth, and soft miracles into your day. Share this with someone who needs steadiness, because your overflow becomes someone's shoreline. The world calls them a divorcee, but heaven calls them a lesson that turned into wisdom. They are not defined by a broken ring, they are defined by the gold that survived the fire. Your connection starts where both of you honor what ended and bless what now begins. You will stand in a place that smells like new paint or fresh coffee, and your spirit will nod. A clock you usually ignore will draw your eyes to a repeating number that feels friendly. Take that as a signal that timing is being tied like a ribbon around your next chapter. Someone around you will whisper an old rumor that tries to pull the past like a curtain. Do not step into the old room when the new room is inviting you with warm light. Let truth sit in the front seat while noise takes the back seat and falls asleep. Comment protected to keep your circle safe and your steps unbothered. Type Amen 222 to seal your conversations with clarity and calm. Follow for more guidance so your pace stays even and your courage stays soft. There is another thread in today's message that moves with quiet urgency. A woman has just delivered a baby, and the cradle has drawn a circle around a hidden name. The father of that child is closer to your story than a shadow at noon. The news will not reach you like breaking glass. It will arrive like a letter addressed in careful handwriting. It will not destroy your peace. It will define it by showing you what belongs outside your gate. Let this reveal mark the ground so your boundaries become as clear as daylight. A confession lives inside someone's pocket, and the weight of it is heavier than they expected. Their steps feel uneven, because truth wants both feet on the same path. Before the day closes, a message will slip through and land where you can see it. Comment I receive so your spirit stays steady while truth arranges itself. Type Amen 444 to stabilize your home, your name, and your next decision. Share to keep your blessing moving, because moving water stays fresh. You are not being pulled into a storm, you are being escorted around one. The revelation about the child will act like a traffic light that changes just as you arrive. You will slow, you will look, you will proceed with confidence that feels like clean air. The person whose past includes a closed marriage will not hide that detail when it matters. They will speak plainly, and plain words will feel like flowers laid carefully in your hands. Your heart will know the difference between a mask and a healed face. Archangel Michael says, alignment is choosing what chooses you with respect and with truth. Your life is stepping into a hallway where doors open because you are finally walking at the right speed. Notice how your nervousness turns into quiet once honesty enters the room. Comment a line to keep your choices clear and your voice settled. Type Amen 555 so your path turns smooth and your peace stays tall. Invite a friend to stand in this light with you so nobody walks alone. A memory will try to replay like a song you outgrew. Let it play softly in the distance while you dance to the new rhythm appearing now. You are not repeating an old circle, you are completing it and stepping forward. The child's arrival is a sign that cycles are continuing with or without your permission. Let that teach you to place your name only where sincerity lives. Every time you honor truth, the ground under your feet grows roots. You will notice a small gift, maybe a text sent at the right moment, maybe a gesture that costs nothing and means everything. That is how goodness announces itself when it wants to stay. Trust the simplicity that does not need a stage to be real. Comment gentle so kindness sits at your table and does not leave. Type Amen 636 to magnetize calm work, clean love, and safe rooms. Share this message to keep the light moving along your circle. Someone will try to bring you a story wrapped in speed and smoke. Let speed slow and let smoke clear before you let anything pass through your gate. You are allowed to guard your time the way a lighthouse guards its flame. Your future is leaning toward you with an open palm, not a closed fist. What is yours will not wrestle you to the ground, it will sit beside you and breathe with you. Your heart knows the difference between pressure and presence. The person you are destined to meet will carry a softness that took work to build. They learn to speak evenly after learning what happens when voices forget to rest. With them, you will feel understood without needing to perform. Comment calm to keep your center unshaken while doors move. Type Amen 747 so your hours line up like sturdy bricks. Subscribe so your guidance arrives on time and your steps keep finding the warm ground. The cradle's secret will reach you like daylight under a doorway. You will see the outline before you see the room. That is enough for now because your spirit understands outlines before it reads the details. You are not being teased by fate, you are being prepared by sequence. Every line you read is part of a staircase that knows how high you need to climb today. You do not need to jump when a steady rise is safer and stronger. Begin to arrange your space like you expect peace to visit and stay. Clear a corner, fold a blanket, light a quiet hour on your schedule like a lantern. Preparation is a language that blessings understand without translation. Comment clean space to welcome what is coming with grace. Type Amen 808 to keep your home bright and your door protected. Share this light so other hearts remember that softness can be strong. You will hear your name spoken with respect in a place that once used it without care. That is a sign that your boundary work is being honored by the universe. The mirror is not your enemy anymore, it is your witness. A document or small token will confirm what your intuition already told you. The timing will be neat, like a bow tied in one smooth pull. Relief will arrive the moment you realize you were never late. The story of the divorce will not be a stain, it will be a stamp that proves endurance. When truth stands next to you, old shadows forget their lines and go quiet. You will feel safe in a new way that does not ask for proof every 10 seconds. Comment secure to anchor this safety around your name. Type Amen 919 so your decisions carry both softness and structure. Follow and stay close because your next steps are glowing. If someone tries to mix the cradle's news with your destiny like colors that muddy the water, step back. Let each story stay in its own bowl so you can see clearly. Clarity tastes like cold water on a summer day and your spirit knows that flavor. Your peace is not fragile glass, it is tempered and tested steel with a satin finish. It does not crack when truth knocks, it opens the door with a steady hand. Because of that, the right people will recognize your steadiness and match it. Comment steady so your days keep a smooth rhythm. Type Amen 1001 to lock in favor, timing, and clean alignment. Share to pass the torch of calm to another heart. The person arriving is familiar to your future, not to your past. That is why you felt a pull without knowing the story. The story will reveal just enough to earn your yes in peace. A quiet place is becoming your new headquarters for decisions. Make space for small joys that arrive like birds on a balcony. Joy that lands gently is still real and still holy in its own way. You will notice how drama loses interest in you when you feed it nothing. That is how you preserve your energy for the rooms that love you back. Silence can be a soft armor when your heart needs rest. Comment JOY to keep lightness floating in your day. Type Amen 1212 and let the clock kiss your timing with favor. Subscribe and stay with me because the horizon is moving closer. The cradle's message finalizes a boundary, not a fear. It clarifies where tenderness belongs and where it does not. Your future smiles when your lines are clean. Archangel Michael says, stand in your true size and let your peace be visible. Let your yes be seen as a sunrise and your no be seen as a gentle sunset. You are safe to build what lasts because your foundation is honest. Tonight your name is being placed where honor lives. A door that once ignored you now turns on its hinges at the sound of your steps. Walk through without rush, because the room was measured for you. Comment open door if you can feel the turn in the air. Type Amen 333 to seal this with blessing so strong it feels like quiet thunder. Share this light and keep moving with the softness that carries strength. The revelation of the divorce becomes a bridge, not a cliff. Two souls who learned endurance are prepared to build a house that does not tremble. Every board will be measured with patience, every window placed to catch generous light. Let the news of the newborn teach you the difference between curiosity and responsibility. You do not need to carry what is not yours to carry. Bless every child, bless every parent, and keep your road clean. Your story is not a scramble, it is a pattern, and the pattern has landed on a beautiful line. You are stepping onto a floor that does not creak with doubt. It carries you forward the way a river carries leaves that have finally stopped fighting the current. Comment completed to acknowledge the chapter that closes with grace. Type Amen 1313 to welcome the chapter that opens with quietly shining hands. Follow, share, and hold this message in your heart like a lantern that always knows the way home. The revelation does not pause, it keeps moving like a train that cannot be stopped. What was whispered in hidden corners now begins to echo in the open sky. Your story is unfolding in layers that even you did not imagine would meet. The marriage to a divorcee is not a mistake, it is a destiny that wears wisdom. This person carries scars that turned into stars, shining brighter in your direction. You will recognize the glow not from perfection, but from strength born in truth. Comment I claim so the universe locks this moment into your journey. Type Amen 2020 to magnetize stability, clean love, and peaceful beginnings. Share this message so blessings multiply like ripples that cannot be stopped. The cradle's cry is more than a sound, it is a signal written in divine timing. A baby's first breath has tied your name to a story that will surface tonight. Do not be shaken, because revelation is not here to break you, but to place you. Someone around you knows the secret, and their silence grows heavier each hour. Before long, their tongue will surrender the truth like a dam releasing its river. Prepare yourself, because the sound of this confession will be unforgettable. Archangel Michael says, let peace cover you as these doors swing wide. You are not walking into a trap, you are walking into a confirmation. Destiny is rearranging the chairs in your life so only honesty sits with you. Type Amen 303 to bless this moment with steady protection. Comment strong so your courage stands tall when voices tremble. Subscribe so your spirit stays in rhythm with the messages meant only for you. The divorce and the baby's arrival are two threads of the same tapestry. One shows the end of a bond that no longer carried light, the other shows a new beginning that tested loyalty. Both threads circle you, not to harm you, but to warn and guide you into clarity. You will see signs, repeating numbers, a sudden silence in the room, a conversation that stops midway when you enter. These are signals that the universe is arranging the stage for truth to be spoken. The revelation is not late, it is arriving exactly on time, like thunder after lightning. Comment ready now if you are open to receive what is unfolding. Type Amen 313 to call peace into every decision you are about to make. Share with someone close so their path is also cleared from hidden shadows. The room around your name is changing like a stage being reset between acts. Curtains you never touched are gliding back on their rails and the light is different now. Something tender but unstoppable is stepping forward with your timing stamped on it. A hush moves through the air as if someone important has arrived without footsteps. Your spirit feels the pressure shift, like the weather after midnight when the city sleeps. This is the soundless click of destiny aligning clean edges with your next decision. A small notice appears in the corner of your day and it carries a golden undertone. You do not chase it, yet it settles on your shoulder and refuses to fall away. Names, places, and moments begin to connect like dots that finally learn the pattern. The person marked for you has already released a chapter that no longer fit their hands. A ring once carried their sunrise, then set, and now dawn is touching a new horizon. Their calm comes from roads already traveled, not from promises untested by time. Type Amen 1414 to seal the gentle rise of this hour. Comment I stand to plant your feet where clear light begins. Share this blessing so the tide of favor keeps moving toward your house. A message passes through a quiet channel you rarely notice in daylight. It carries the soft thunder of truth that chooses clarity over noise. You are being guided to receive what belongs and let the rest drift like fog over the river. Archangel Michael says, "Take the hand of peace and let it lead you to the honest table. Sit where respect is poured like water and nothing is forced to pretend. Your voice is strong even when it is soft, and that strength will be recognized." A pair of initials shows up twice in places you do not expect. That repetition is a lantern, not a trap, and it warms the air around your name. Follow the warmth and you will avoid the cold halls where old echoes try to pull you back. The child's arrival has braided a signal into the night air. A letter, a picture, or a whisper will confirm what your heart already learned in silence. You do not need to run, because truth walks at the exact speed of your breath. Type Amen 1717 to anchor calm under your ribs like a steady drum. Comment protected now so your boundary gates hold their shape. Subscribe to keep the next markers showing up before you reach each turn. A memory tries to tint the window of today with colors that no longer serve you. Let that tint fade until the glass is clear and the view becomes generous. You deserve to read the skyline without borrowed shadows. You will notice a kindness that is consistent, not loud, and not borrowed from performance. It shows up early, it leaves late, and it carries your peace like a fragile cup. That is how destiny behaves when it plans to stay. You step across a threshold made of simple choices done well. 3 words spoken plainly will unlock more than 100 promises shouted in a crowded room. The heart you are meant to meet understands this language without translation. Type Amen 1818 to keep your steps synchronized with favor. Comment ready to receive so the path hears your steady yes. Share this light so the circle around you glows instead of flickers. There is a place with low music and warm light where your story will nudge forward. A chair pulled out for you, a glance that lingers politely, and the quiet safety of belonging. This is the beginning of a room that knows your name before introductions finish. The divorce that once defined your person has now become a certificate of growth. They wear it not as a scar that shouts, but as a soft armor that does not need to clang. You will feel protected, not crowded, and your lungs will remember how to breathe easily. A detail about the newborn's arrival closes a door you never wanted to enter. You will understand where compassion belongs and where commitment should not be written. Gratitude and distance can live in the same sentence and keep the meaning pure. Type Amen 1919 to frame your choices with clarity and grace. Comment clean heart so heaviness has no chair at your table. Follow and keep this rhythm near, because consistency is your new guardian. A phone buzz comes at the exact second your thoughts sharpen. Words arrive that do not sway side to side, and every letter lands upright. Relief touches your shoulders like a shawl placed by a careful hand. You see yourself in a reflection that does not argue with you anymore. The reflection is crisp because you stopped letting fog speak for the glass. Confidence stands behind you like a doorkeeper, quiet and unbothered. Archangel Michael says, honor the boundaries that rescued your peace. Choose the rooms that greet your name with sincerity, not with hunger. Your future does not demand a performance, it welcomes an honest presence. Type Amen 2024 to stamp this year with alignment that holds. Comment blessed path so the floor under you remains level. Share this message to lift another soul onto steady ground. The next scene unfolds with the neat timing of a key meeting a lock. There is no scraping, only the sure turn of brass finding its place. You feel a click inside your chest that tells you everything is measured. A whisper travels from a person who once guarded the secret about the newborn. They can no longer carry the weight because truth has its own gravity. When the reveal lands, it puts every piece on the correct shelf without breaking anything. You will stand in a hallway that smells like new beginnings and freshly written plans. A voice will say something simple that sounds like a doorway swinging wide. Your shoulders drop by a fraction that feels like a mile. Type Amen 2121 to keep your map aligned with the clean route. Comment I receive peace to welcome unshakable calm. Subscribe so your guidance keeps arriving before the crossroads. A song you rarely notice will catch your attention on repeat. It is not the lyrics that matter, it is the timing and the steadiness. Your day learns to sway with the rhythm of favor and the tempo of rest. You are building a future that respects silence as much as celebration. Quiet wins are stacking up like bricks that never crack. The house you build with this soul will love the wind and never fear the rain. Type Amen 2323 so provision meets you at the right door. Comment unlocked to acknowledge the hinges turning in your favor. Share this blessing and multiply its strength across your circle. A small grace arrives as a warm drink, a soft glance, or a door held open. You notice how ease travels with people who have nothing to hide. Your body relaxes into the certainty that honesty can be comfortable. The child's story folds back into the distance where it belongs. You bless it, you release it, and you keep your road free of borrowed burdens. This is maturity, wrapped in kindness, and it looks good on your life. A page flips in the book you carry inside your chest. The header reads new agreements, and the margins glow gently. Every line under it respects your time, your truth, and your tenderness. Type Amen 2424 to sign this page with favor. Comment I consent to peace so the new agreement seals. Follow to keep the sequence orderly and the steps well lit. The person for you speaks with measured confidence and warm restraint. They do not push, they invite, and the invitation lands like sunlight on calm water. You feel seen without being pressed, and that sensation becomes your new normal. You notice how your laughter returns in a lower, steadier key. It rings without clutching, it carries without needing applause. This is the sound of a heart that finally fits the room it chose. Type Amen 2525 to crown your days with steady joy. Comment grounded so your progress stays rooted. Share this calm because shared calm grows into community. A late evening text arrives with no confusion in it. It says exactly what is meant and leaves space for your own meaning to breathe. You place your phone down and recognize the rare flavor of simplicity. The calendar opens and a date glows softly as if circled by an invisible hand. This is not pressure, this is alignment, and the difference is everything. You mark it, not to chase it, but to honor it. Type Amen 2626 to protect sacred timing. Comment divine order to keep the sequence intact. Subscribe so the next markers keep appearing before each doorway. You look at your reflection one more time before sleep and see steadiness. Every corner of the day proves that softness can carry weight. Your pillow holds a new kind of quiet that even silence respects. The child's father stands revealed by simple facts placed gently in the open. No storm, no crack, only the clean line of truth set down on the table. You nod, bless it, and continue in the lane that was drawn for your peace. A promise that once felt brittle now feels woven. Threads from endurance, patience, and soft understanding cross and hold. The fabric does not tear because it was never rushed. Type Amen 2727 to bind strength with tenderness. Comment I am ready so the path hears your calm declaration. Share this blessing to widen the field of steady hearts. A quiet visit brings the scent of new wood and the comfort of clean floors. You sit, you speak, and the room listens without stealing your voice. This is how foundations are poured when both hands are steady. Your name is written into plans that respect boundaries and mirror your pace. No one reaches across the line without an invitation, and no invitation is forced. Your yes gathers weight and your no holds its shape without sharp edges. Type Amen 2828 so your agreements remain protected. Comment safe house to bless the space you are building. Follow for the next key when the door ahead brightens. A sunrise arrives with a promise tucked under its light. It is not loud, yet it warms every decision you made in the night. You feel relief without spectacle, and it is perfect. The newborn's cry fades into the background of your story with kindness. You keep compassion in your pocket and wisdom in your hand. Your road stays clear because you choose clarity again and again. Type Amen 2929 to fasten this clarity to your day. Comment clear sky so blue remains your morning color. Share the calm so ripples of order keep traveling outward. A final sign closes this chapter with a soft click that echoes. You realize the sequence never stumbled, it only slowed so you could breathe. Now the pace is right and the horizon is friendly. Archangel Michael says, Stand tall in this even light and let peace do the speaking. You are entering rooms that honor the way you walk and the way you listen. Nothing true is in a hurry, and everything true arrives exactly on time. Type Amen 3030 to lock this in with favor that stays.